Love where you live even more.
This is the Livermore Bucket List.
Hey, I'm Nicole,
And I'm Robin.
and we're your guides to all the people, places, and experiences that make us love living here in Livermore. Robin, where are we today?
We're so excited. We are here at Dragonfly Wellness Studio and Yoga Center with owner and founder Suzanna Spring, and we're so excited to chat with you. Tell us a little bit about what is offered here.
We like to say at Dragonfly that it's really a studio for everybody. So we feel like we're an inclusive place, and we're primarily a Vinyasa yoga studio. So that's movement and breath combined but we also offer an alignment-based flow. So Dragonfly has had a 200-hour and now a 300-hour teacher training program. And a lot of our teachers have taught in studios around the Bay Area. So Vinyasa yoga, also yin yoga, deep connective tissue stretching, and it's a really meditative practice. And then restorative yoga as well, which I think you experienced.
I'm a fan of that.
Yes.
I'm a fan. Actually, last year at this time, right before, I think it was November, I attended one of your workshops, a restorative yoga class with Teresa.
Teresa Gonzalez.
Yes, and it was so relaxing, and it was just what I needed going into the busy holiday season and flu season. I'm looking for ways to de-stress and boost my immunity, feel well. So we wanted to catch up with you, and we were hoping that maybe you could give us a suggestion. As you mentioned, you're here for anyone. So what's something that we should be doing or possibly could incorporate into a daily routine to help relieve our stress or manage our stress?
Well, we all know that we've talked about this over the last 7 months. People have had to adjust, and I think for the most part, it just shows that human beings are so capable of doing that. And that doesn't mean, though, that it doesn't feel stressful.
Yeah.
So people have had to homeschool, they've had to adjust work schedules, people are sharing the dining room table.
Yeah. All the spaces.
And everybody's routine in so many ways was upended. So in our community, even though we've been recently allowed to reopen, we converted our classes to live stream, and then we taught a lot of outdoor classes because it's important to be able to feel, I think, that amidst all that change, there are deeper rhythms, the seasons, and just being able to literally ground and have some solid standing postures, or be able to feel yourself holding yourself up and to breathe steadily. So a lot of anxiety and stress can be relieved just by changing the way that we breathe. Most people breathe shallowly.
Yes. And you took us through some of the moves. I feel very relaxed. Why don't you explain a couple that we hit up in there a few minutes ago?
We practiced, it's called 3-part breath.
Okay.
So one of the ways that we allow the mind to not keep thinking about what we should have done or what we didn't say is to draw the mind into being very present with an instruction in the body.
Okay.
So when we breathe and notice different places in the body, because our bodies are pretty amazing, we can send our sensing many places in the body. So if we breathe, this particular breath is just noticing the inhale, about 1/3 of it in the belly, and pausing so you feel it, and then noticing the breath here in the ribs and how they move, the little movements, and then noticing it in all the way at the top of the lungs. So our lungs actually extend a little beyond our collarbones, and we don't usually get there when we breathe. So we can breathe in the back body as well. But if we notice these places, you're giving your mind a task to do that takes the mind away from being in that cycle of stress and worry.
Everything else that we're worried about. Exactly. You gave us, by focusing on those 3 areas, we found a greater awareness. Just you bring your awareness inside and connect with your body. And so from the breathing pose, you took us through another series of different poses. Describe a little bit about those poses that you introduced us to.
We practiced some postures that you'll see that were standing postures and postures to let the spine move, because so many people are, since a lot of them are teaching at home or are working at home, we tend to compress our spine by sitting. So anything that will let the spine twist, arch, round is really healthy for the body. And then we practiced Warrior Two, which is a posture that requires focus, and it also gives you a chance to take your focus, your eyes somewhere, and steady. So yoga, above all else, is a self-awareness practice. And so some people come to the practice for strengthening, some come for stretching, and then that unexpected benefit is that we learn ourselves better, and that we learn that we don't have to react by being stressed to the smaller cycles of things that happen. So one of the ways that we did that was practicing a balance pose in the practice. So because you can't really be thinking about anything else when you're balancing and steadying yourself, all your attention goes into the body, and that then allows the mind to focus on that and not on this thing yesterday or what might happen.
It's a great metaphor for all of that we're doing right now, and that we're and then you had us do some ones where we were stretching and twisting and really feeling, different.
So you guys will see kind of how we move through a lot of different poses, but you kept reminding us to focus on that breath the whole time, because I lose track of that because I'm trying to physically move, and I'm like, wait, I'm holding my breath, and now I'm stressed again. So that was kind of fun. And the last pose I actually thought was really interesting. Tell us about the waterfall pose.
The Sanskrit name is Viparyakarani, but in
Did you
English,
get that?
Yeah, that's what I said, guys.
but it's commonly known as waterfall pose. So most of us have a wall at home, and if you clear some space for your wall, just sitting next to the wall with your knees bent and then taking one at a time, legs up the wall, it really does allow everything to kind of waterfall back down. So if you'll see that posture that we all practiced, it allows everything to relax, your ankles, your feet. If you've been sitting a lot, if you've been traveling, if you do have any plane travel, at some point in the future, that's a really good one that you can practice, because it just allows us to invert gravity. And anytime we can do that, and that's a simple way to do it, is really healthy for the body.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
I need more of
It's
this.
a flattering pose too. Wait till you guys.
Yeah. Oh, they just saw.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Suzanna. It was really a delight to come here and experience this and gain some of that awareness. And I know that we're going to want more. I know you guys are going to want more, right? So you can visit Suzanna online. As she said, she's got a number of classes.
Yep, you can go to dragonflywellness.com, and we can always put you in touch with Suzanna as well, so you can always shoot us a message if you're interested in learning more.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you both.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
That was fun.
It was really fun. I'm Nicole.
And I'm Robin, and this is Suzanna.
And of course, we're your guides to all these fun things in Livermore, but we're also realtors, always reminding you to love where you live.
Even more.